Hello, people, and welcome back to another video and to another episode of Impromptu Thoughts, where I rant and rave about the most random topics on the internet and real life. Sorry about that. And in today's topic, it's gonna be about Formula One. Now, I know you guys might see me as this very avid aviation enjoyer, but lately, I've been getting into motorsports, like really into motorsports, or specifically Formula One, because ever since my cousin from my mother's side introduced this game Monoposto to me back in, I think it was November 2020 three or four. Yeah, it was 2024. So, yeah, ever since my cousin introduced Monoposto to me in 2024, I've been getting really hooked into it. And believe me, it was a really wild ride because I've been uh, watching a lot of F1 related stuff. And that was also how I found out about the Brazilian legend Ayrton Senna. And ever since then, he has become like my, let's say, idol in Formula One because of his really cool story. And it's made even more so thanks to the TV show, or sorry, the Netflix series. It's not on TV, although technically if it's playing on a TV, it's technically a TV show. Anyway, yeah. Ever since that time, I couldn't take my mind off of motorsports. It was such a new thing to me, but at the same time, it's a really fun thing. If you catch my drift. And I won't lie. Sorry, I won't lie. It's it's really hard to describe my like how much I love Formula One because you got the engaging battles for positions and the really close calls where there's also the crashes, and I think a lot of stuff has happened this 2025 season. And yep, I can also definitely agree that McLaren really is just playing favorites at this point. Like, I was really cheering for Oscar Piastri at the beginning of the year. Like, he was doing so well despite the flunk in Australia. Like, his literal home race, the first ever home the first ever race of the 2025 season, and also Oscar's home race. He absolutely flunked that. Although I'm not so sure like about the sorry about that. I'm not so sure about Max Verstappen. I mean, he did kind of crash thanks to Kimi in the Red Bull ring. That's a shame though. And hang on. Okay, so I have the Dutch GP on the TV right now. I mean, I did watch it live, except I kind of forgot about what exactly happened because I don't think anything crazy happened there aside from both Ferraris crashing. And like, I mean, Kimi did strike again because he accidentally hit Charles Leclerc, and that sent him into the wall. Um, Kimi, that was the second time that you made someone crash. So, okay. But to be fair, though, his performance in Montreal and just recently, by the way, in Sao Paulo, he scored second there, and in Montreal, he got his first podium. That is really cool. And not to mention in Baku, Carlos Sainz, aka Mr. Smooth Operator, I kind of like him as well. He got his podium as well for Williams. That was an awesome. That was an awesome one, though. It's too bad that he kind of missed out on the second place there because he dropped a few places from pitting. Yeah, that's a shame. But at the same time, good podium, and Nico Hulkenberg, his first podium in his many many years of racing. Can you imagine that? Like, is I mean, what a nice achievement! Like in a Sauber of all things, in a friggin' Sauber. How do you do that, my guy? Okay, I just want to say that this is what I'm watching Formula One for. It is engaging. It is fun to watch cars drive around for like 2 hours straight. Although sometimes I do get a little bored when nothing's going on for like several laps straight. But when something does happen, it's friggin' engaging. And there's also what's it again? There's also like the drama, which I'm not really gonna get into because, and it's not that I live for that too. I mean, I do live for like most of the drama, but not entirely because I want kind of takes me away from like the main point of Formula One in itself, which is the actual racing. I need the racing. What is Formula One without racing? Is it just cars parading around the track at like very very high speed? I mean, it's anything involving high speed and trying to overtake each other is kind of race already considered as racing in itself. But I may just be yapping here at this point, but I really can't stress enough how much I've been getting into Formula One and also motorsports as a whole. Because like it actually started with Formula One, and then over time I was getting a bit bored, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna check out the other motorsport stuff out there, and that's when I also got into sim racing. And a funny story: there was this one time in school, 2024. Yeah, it was 2024. It was around that same time of uh like no, not the same time, sorry. It was like a few weeks after my cousin introduced me to motorsport, and I'm like, okay. And then that afternoon, as I was going home after classes ended for the day, there was a booth in the main area of the school. It's like where most of the students usually hang out at, because there was an event going on at the time, and there was a sim racing booth there, and they were also selling Hot Wheels cars and model kits for cars as well. And there was like Nissan GTR R35, and I I I forgot the name of the track, but it was something I was not familiar with, unfortunately, and safe to say, I did not that did not go too well, and I was drifting around a lot. Overall, not a good hot lap experience at all. But that was kind of like my first taste of sim racing, and ever since then, I have been craving for more, like absolutely craving it. And in the events that followed during my time there in 12th grade, I would always seek out that booth and see if maybe maybe they're doing another challenge. Because like the thing, like the rules were, whoever could make the fastest lap time would win a cash prize at the end of the day. Because obviously, you're not. Obviously, they won't just give out cash prizes to anyone who beats another person's lap time. I mean, if they beat the lap times of the people who ran the booth, I mean that would have been much crazier. But like, yeah, at the end of the day, whoever had the fastest lap time on the sheet would get a cash prize. Without, I was really going for that, and I think my attempt too of that was another event not long after. It was like showcasing the different strands and stuff. It's like eh, I really can't remember anymore. But yeah, they were in the corner, in the literal corner of the auditorium, uh, doing sim racing stuff. Like people were doing sim racing stuff there, along with some other games that the EMC students made actually. And I kind of distinctly remember a lot of other games that were around, but I was just coming back to the sim racing. Always the sim racing. Like that's what my mind was screaming at the time. And they were challenging us to race around Laguna Seca in a Porsche 911 GT3 RS. So that was a challenge, and I. Oh wait. I Yeah, that was a challenge. The 911 GT3 RS in Laguna Seca. Actually, the day before, it was Suzuka East. It was a Suzuka East circuit in the same 911, which I mean, I did manage to get a good lap time at this or on the second lap because they allowed three laps to get your fastest one. And unfortunately, I kind of spun out in the third lap, so yeah, that was a missed opportunity. And the same thing with Laguna Seca, actually. So that was another missed opportunity, but it was also another taste of sim racing, baby. And at this point, I feel like I'm talking more about sim racing than like Formula One as well. And I actually did miss out on the Formula One hot lapping because around that same time I first saw the booth, they were doing laps around Monza in the Mercedes AMG W11. Unfortunately, I didn't make that list, so I had to take the GTR in a track I was not familiar with. So that was that. And I think my attempt after that was at yet another event, except this is the craziest part. This is the craziest one I've ever had actually. Uh, the same 911 GT3 RS around the Nürburgring, Nordschleife. I am not joking. Yes, it's Gran Turismo. So of course you're gonna get some really cool stuff. But yeah, I raced around the Nordschleife. The the price was a bit higher this time though, and they were only allowed one lap. But like my second time trying it out, it was at the end of the day, and they offered me an extra lap, which thank you whoever if anyone who is running that booth is watching this video right now. Thank you so much for offering me that other lap. And so uh, my most recent one with them is at a Japanese circuit with a car that I also forgot the name of. But like, I was this close to making the fastest lap, or at least matching it. But like, that was probably the best performance I've ever had that, but that was also my most recent. So unfortunately, it was after I graduated and moved to college. I never got to see them again, but who knows? I might see them around at some point, roaming around malls and stuff. But yeah, I was already into motorsports at the time, and I'm also grinding like Real Racing 3 and Monoposto. But having the taste of sim racing during those times when I was in 12th grade, it kind of fueled my my love for sim racing a lot more. And trust me when I say this, it is a very surreal experience. Like, I've been developing my love for aviation over the years. Ever since I was a toddler, mind you. I and also I think I was 3 years old when I sorry. I think I was 3 years old when I first rode my first when I had my first flight, and I don't know why, but for some reason I still vividly remembered walking on the tarmac and seeing the huge ass plane and then freaking the heck out. It's kind of funny to me looking back at it, but to be fair, I was young. I was naive at the time, so obviously it's a I guess it's a reasonable reaction for me as a toddler to like freak the heck out when I saw the plane. I think I'm a bit overexposed here. Oh, jeez, I'm sorry about that. It's only now that I fixed my exposure. There we go. It's finally better after like 17 minutes of recording. I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, I ever since that time, I've been developing my love for aviation over the years. I've been watching aircraft related stuff. I've gained a lot of stock knowledge, which really proved useful for my course in aircraft maintenance. It's really cool, and yeah, uh, the aviation has been in my blood for as long as I can remember. But now that motorsports has come into the picture, it feels like it compressed. It's like my developing love for aviation over the years compressed into a few months or like several, because it was November of last year when I got into Monoposto, and oh wait, I think I stand corrected. I think it was October because we went somewhere and my cousin just randomly started playing Monoposto, and she told me she. I was kind of curious, so I asked her, "What's that you're playing?" It's Monoposto, she says. I tried it out. It was really fun, and I tried it out myself, and the rest is history. And yeah, so that's that. I'm wait. I think I want to add something else, but again, this is part of the episode where I kind of stagnate a little bit, and this is so far. This is the longest I've ever gone without stagnating because I was mostly I was mostly raving about my sim racing experience. But right now, I don't even know what to talk about. I guess I should talk about the current Formula One season. I'd like to say it's a really good season. Although unfortunately, what's to come is anything but good because, as I've heard, the forever and insufferable pain in the ass. Cheers to you, Rick. Wants to remove Imola from the the calendar, and Imola or sorry, this season is the very last that they'll ever race in Imola, and next year is going to be the last they'll ever race in Spa, which okay, which okay, they're gonna remove two iconic race circuits and then replace them with street circuits, which apologies for my language, but I call bullshit on that. Like, why on earth would you like remove iconic race circuits from your calendar in place of uh street circuits that pays more? Like, I don't give a shit if it pays more. Give me back the iconic tracks. Screw you, forever an insufferable pain in the ass. And yeah, it's it kind of sucks because I mean there are street circuits that are actually not that bad. Take Singapore for example. It's a good track. It's a challenging track. If I'm being honest, and yeah, that really shows in real racing too. Because most more often than not, I really have a hard time navigating that circuit. Believe me, it is a nightmare. But there's also tracks like Baku, because it's a street circuit. And what else? Oh, Monaco. Yeah, Monaco is questionable since as much as iconic as it is, with the cars getting bigger and bigger over the years, it's really not suitable for current F1. And as I've kind of mentioned earlier in this video, it's not racing anymore if it's just cars parading around closed circuit. And that's basically what's up with Formula One in Monaco nowadays. So that's that. And one thing though that I'm kind of excited about next year is that the cars will be getting smaller, so hopefully there would at least be some overtaking action in Monaco next year. I'm just kind of pissed that the forever and insufferable pain in the ass decided to remove Imola, an iconic street circuit. Sorry, it's not a street circuit. I'm sorry. It's iconic nonetheless. And I don't know if I should bring this up, but if you guys don't know, is that's the same track where the Brazilian legend I mentioned earlier, Ayrton Senna, unfortunately uh, lost his life back in May 1994. It was a sad moment for motorsport, and it was an even sadder moment for me looking into the documentaries about Senna. He was a really influential racing driver for his home country. He's helped out a lot of people, both on and off the track. When I say he's helped people while he's on the track, he's helping like the Brazilians unite for him, and like they're cheering him on, and it's made Brazil a lot more recognized in motorsports. And we actually have a current Brazilian driver in the current season, actually, Gabriel Bortoleto. It's a shame that he crashed out in Sao Paulo. It's I feel like a lot of times, like people or like all the drivers except Max, I guess, have been really bottling their home races lately. Like we have Oscar bottling his home race in Australia, and then Max Verstappen in the Red Bull Ring. I mean, technically, it's not his home race; it's more his team's home race, I guess. And I mean, he did okay in Silverstone. Or sorry, I was gonna mention Lando winning Silverstone, which is technically also his home race. I mean, not not all of the drivers bottled their home race, but like some of them. Because yeah, Lando finished Silverstone in first. Actually, both McLarens finished 1-2 that time, but also Nico Hulkenberg's podium. Congrats to you, Hulk. And there's also what is it again? Oh yeah, Max's home race in Zandvoort. He did okay there, and Kimi, I I'm not too sure. I kind of forgot what happened in Imola because aside from Max's dive bomb, there wasn't really anything too appealing. But there, I don't really know anymore. I feel like playing. I'm stretching this video out way too much. It's been like 25 minutes already of me just rambling about motorsports. It's not a video essay type shit, but I just love to rant and rave, and that's kind of like that's kind of like the main reason why I decided to make this series. And so, with that being said, uh, feel free to comment down below your thoughts on the current Formula One season and which driver do you wish you want back? Because personally, I would love to see Daniel Ricciardo back in Formula One. Because even before I was this into motorsport, I distinctly remember watching the 2018 2019 race in Monaco on TV, and Daniel Ricciardo's name on the this side right here, or this side if the selfie camera is mirrored. I distinctly remembered Daniel's name immediately catching my young mind's attention, and so hey, yeah. But also, I don't know if you guys are gonna agree with me, but like I feel like Max Verstappen is gonna be the next Ayrton Senna, because mate, how the heck do you start from the pit lane and end up in the podium at the end of the race? How do you do that? It's like Max has been bouncing back with every single screw up he ends up making at the beginning of the race. I mean, except for when he actually crashes. I mean, Senna has had his crashes as well, so nobody's perfect. But Mike, even Senna, like in his first time in F1 racing with Toleman, I think I remembered he was at the back of the grid at that time in Monaco, mind you, and it was raining cats and dogs, and he absolutely smashed the competition, only ending up in second place just because the bitch ass Alan Prost decided to stop the race at the very last minute because he was scared of losing the lead. I mean, not that I'm hating on Alan Prost. He's actually a really good driver, not gonna lie. And I don't know if Alan is watching this video. I highly doubt he will. But if he is, then I'm sorry for calling you a bitch ass. I'm sorry, Mr. Professor. So there you go. And with that being said, yeah, we have finally come to the end of this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me rant and rave about the most Formula One and sim racing and my childhood and shit. I mean, I wanted this to just be about Formula One and sim racing, but then I just devolved into like talking about other shit. You know, I really wanted to stay as much into the topic as possible, and I'm sorry for failing at that. But I hope you guys enjoyed nonetheless. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more awesome videos just like this one. And be sure to check out my main channel, Paul Aviation, where it's all things Paw Patrol and aviation. Maybe I'll make another podcast there of this same thing. Like it's like impromptu thoughts, but just talking about Paw Patrol and aviation related stuff. That would be fun. And so, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.